Hello and welcome to my messy workbench. If you're watching the previous video, my Abric Central one, where I did the update on the overall station roof and stuff, you would have heard me say about a kit I bought about a year ago. And, well, finally got around to doing it. This is it. It's the old DC kits. 282 Hampshire, 205 Thumper. They call them Thumpers. I was going to get the Bachmann one. Just get the prices of them just ridiculous, and I thought, well, I'll tell you what, I'll see if I can get hold of the DC kits one, because of course they stopped making them, haven't they? But I've got this one on eBay pretty cheap, and everything's there. Everything's there. I actually built one of the bogies, one of the power car bogies, as an experiment to put on my Brighton Bell unit that I'd made up, because I wanted some extra pickups on it. So what I did was, and it was kind of an experiment for this as well, so I could sort of work out how I was going to put extra pickups on there, and that, and would it work, and how I was going to do it before I actually started putting the kit together. Anyway, so this is all the kit, all the bits are there, all the kit's there, all the instructions. I've actually scanned them so I didn't, in case I ruin the other ones, but I've actually made a start today on the chassis. I've done the training bogie. These are not the wheels that are going to go in. There's going to be metal wheels because I'm putting extra pickups on. As I said, I used my I had a spare one of these bogies, so I made it up for me Brighton Bell unit and put the pickups on it, so I know the same bogie, I know the same method will work on here. But I got this little Tenshodo motor bogie for about a tenner off eBay. That's all I was waiting on really before I started. It was a motor for it, you know. But anyway, I've done that. I've done it so it's all fit. It all sits in nicely. Had to cut a bit of a gap out for the corners, but what I've done this like this, so I can get the motor bogie, when it's complete, I can get the motor bogie out for servicing it. If I want to, you know, clean it, oil it, or whatever, I can then take the bogie off completely to service it and stuff like that. Because that way, I ain't got to sort of dismantle it. I thought, well, you know, if I do it that way, we'll be all right. So yeah, that's that. I'll just stick it on a little bit of track. It's basically it's the head shunt for the for the goods depot, but I use it as my little test track as well. So I'll stick it on test track and just show you how it runs so far. So here we are. It's on the track. I've put the weight over that at the minute just to give it a bit of weight on the bogie. Otherwise, it won't run very well. It judders, but yeah, runs nice. So yeah, so that's what I've done so far. But when I got the motor bogie, the reason why I had a spare one of these was because it had the bogie frame already on it. It was for an electric, but what I did was I took the third rail shoes off it and put them on my Brighton Bell. So that's why I had a spare bogie, set of bogie things knocking around. But that's it so far. I've got to put the trussies and all that stuff in, and but I'm gonna probably gonna glue a nice weight in there, which will actually strengthen the bodywork as well. So that's I'll probably do that. But yeah, so far that's what I've got. But I'm going to paint this bogie up. I'm actually waiting on some wheels coming, a set of wheels coming for it all. So once I get them, it'll be all right. But I've just put some plastic ones in there at the minute just to see how it all goes together. But it's not too bad. I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, that's it. I'll do another video when I get a bit more work done. I'm now starting to put the bogies for the trading coach together, Mark 1 ones. These are out of a Lima Western. These weights, and I'll tell you what, they're perfect for this, because you can glue the first one and just stick it on there, and it'll just stay there. So it's quite handy for letting them dry and things like that. But it's weird actually, because on the sprues you've got these side frames, and they're just complete lump on there. But I've actually got enough bits to make another bogie if I wanted to. But yeah, so that's the next pieces to go on. I thought there might be some plain ones of these to put at the end, but there isn't. So I've got to put the coupling bit on anyway, regardless. I need one between the two coaches, but I wasn't going to bother putting one on the end. But yeah, I don't think I've got a piece to put on there. I'll have a look, see what I've got. I might have a piece I can maybe use. So I don't really want a coupling on the ends if I can help it. Another thing I've been doing, I did a test with this, and now I've put a mainline weight on there, and then I tried it with one of my Malima DMU dummy coaches. Now that they've got quite a bit of weight to them. Now on the fiddle yard there's a slight incline, and it pulled it up no problem. So when I get the metal wheels and extra pickups on here, it should run beautiful. I shouldn't have any problems with that at all. And of course, once I've got the bodywork on, this won't be as flexible, of course. But I just set it up. I've put the coupling as well on the training bogie. I've got to paint it. I've got to do all the trusses and that. But I thought I'll get all the bogies done first and out the way. Right, these are the pieces of all the trusses for one coach done. And what I'm doing, because the instructions are quite old actually, so what I'm doing is for reference, I'm using the me 2-hap coach, because it's basically the same sort of coach. So what I'm doing is I'm using the underframe of this for reference. Right, well, I've done the trusses. That's one I've just glued. This one I've already made. Not gone together too bad, to be honest. If I'm honest. So what I'm going to do now, when they're dry, I'm going to stick them onto the underframes, and then I'm going to paint what I've got so far. I've got the bogies to paint as well, so I'm going to get all the bogies painted, and then I'll and paint all that before I do anything else. Then I'm going to have a look, see what else I've got to do. But what I'm doing, I'm just basically, as I said before, I'm just copying the underframes of my 2 EPB unit, because they're pretty much similar anyway. So, and also the battery boxes all go on this one as well, on the power one. So that's the state of it so far. Got the 2 chassis put together, bogies put together, and then the trusses. Right, so I've just finished painting the bogies. I've glued one of the trusses on. That's all glued on. That's ready for painting now. And then I've just glued the other truss on the motor coach, and that's all ready to do as well. So next job is well, I'm going to get this one painted, and then I can put the bogies back on, I think, and then when that's dry I'll then paint that one. Well, the trailer car chassis is completed. Just got to paint the rest of it up. Got all the etched brass bits, all those of etched brass bits. You actually see the driving one. This is the driving trailer. I've not painted anything on here yet, because I have to put all these bits on, etched brass bits and all sorts. So that's all. That's pretty much, that's the underframe done on there. I think this is what I've had to go from, is this. And I actually scanned the original, so I think, because the originals were getting a little bit sort of delicate, so I scanned them all. So I've just basically been going by this and managing to do it. The only thing I've had to do is, the only thing different is this, because if I put this air tank where it's supposed to go, it would foul the motor bogie. So I've had to remove it and put it there. But that's the only difference I've had to do, really. So I've done all the other bits are all done. That's it. So I'm going to leave it all to dry overnight, and then paint it all up tomorrow, and I can then touch in bits that I've missed. But yeah, not too bad. Quite happy with it so far. Right, so the driving trailer is finished. Well, chassis is finished anyway. That's all the bits that need to go on there. So that's all done. The motor coach, everything's on there. It's all painted up. Just waiting for the paint to dry, and I've got to do the little the dials on the fuel tanks on there, and then I can put all the bogies back on. I've given the motor bogie frame a paint up as well, because that was sort of like a weathered brown colour when I got it. So I thought, well, I'll paint it all up so it matches the rest of it. So yeah, I've just got to put all the bogies back on this one when it's all dried. So that'll be fun. But anyway, yeah. So quite pleased with it so far. It's just a shame that they stopped doing these kits, because I looked on their website, and the kits that they used to do, absolutely amazing. If they go together as well as this one does, that'd be great. But yeah, sadly that they stopped making them, which is a shame. Right, so that's the motor bogie done. Motor motor coach complete, all painted up. So now I'm doing the back bits, the coach ends now. And what I'm doing, because I'm using this as the as a reference point. I've also got pictures up on the computer's reference points, but I'm using this as a reference point as well, so that way I can sort of look at it, because some of the pictures ain't very clear. So yeah, I've got to cut these are the steps here on this sprue. I don't know if it's going to show up better on there, probably on the end of this sprue, and I've got to cut them out, bend them, and then stick them through the holes in there. I've just put the first one in, so I'm going to do the other ones. Then I've got stuff to do on that side, and then I've got to do the other end as well. So I'm just basically working on the coach ends at the minute. But just, I mean, if I get further, then I get further. But I've also got all the handles and door handles and that to do. I'm not looking forward to that one bit. Right, just on the back piece of the coaches, and this one I've had to modify because this bit was missing off the edge bit, so I've had to just make something for that. You're not going to see it because it's going to be in between. And now I've just started on the cab fronts, but one of these buffer plates missing as well, so I'm going to have to probably see if I can get one, a Lima spare part or something like that to do that. That's the only bit of the kit that was missing, that and a bit off the brass etch at the minute. That's all that's missing. So not too bad, really, considering it was an old kit, it's been opened, so I can't really yet complain really. So I'll just have to, I'll see if I can get one of these. I won't be able to make one, but I'll see if I can get a Lima part or something like that. So the cab fronts are pretty much done. I'm missing 3 of those, one for obviously the cab there, and then one each for the inner part of the coaches, because they had them on the buffer plates on the inside. But I can get them for the same place I'm going to get the coach interiors from, so that won't be too bad. So I can just add that at a later date. So yeah, that's it for the cab fronts at the minute. Anyway, I can't do any more on them. The rears are done as well. They're all done. I had to do that as well because there was a bit of the etch missing there, so I've just done that. When it's painted, you're not going to notice it too much anyway because it's in between the coaches. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's worked out quite well. It's not going together too bad. So I've had to modify a few bits with the with missing bits of etch and things like that, but you know, it's getting there. Right, well, I've just done the glazing on the first coach side. I'm doing the trailer car first. What I'm using is offcuts from the station roof, and what I've done was I've painted the inner bits, the inside bits of the windows before I put the glazing in, but can't really see it really from here. You can see it better on there. You might see you can see the light reflecting off it there. Look. But yeah, when it's all dry, I'll give it a little bit of a wipe over just to clean it up, and then I'm going to do the blue on the paint the sides and stuff. So one done, another 3 to go. Right, so all the bodywork panels are done. I've just got the handrails to do on the cab fronts because I've just given them a 3rd coat of paint. The buffer things are on the end of the coaches. I've also got the seating come through today. Now it's Wednesday today, right? When I'm filming this, I ordered these from Replica Railways late Tuesday morning, and they come through Wednesday morning. So that's pretty swift for that. I've also got the one for the drive unit. Now I've got to cut these down by about a bay. I've got to cut this bay out of here because all this is the engine room anyway, so all this bit's got to come off. So this isn't for this particular model anyway. It's for a 57-foot Suburban coach, but it was because it's compartments, it's the closest that I could get. And to be honest, these 2 seating bits, and also bought 2 packs of these because I had to I had to put 2 on there because I didn't get them in the kit, and I had one of these missing off the kit as well. So I bought two packs of those. It come to, with postage, just over 11 quid. So I thought that's not too bad. So next job will be, when this is all dried up, gluing it together, which I'm absolutely dreading. Right, so the cab fronts are now finished. Handrails are on those. I've used garden wire for the handrails. I've also done the handrails on the sides as well, and on that one. And I've now started, I'll bring it down to the desk. I've now started sticking it all together. I've just put the first side on, so I'm just waiting for that to dry. So I've now started putting it together. So I've got the first side on, so I'm going to let that dry a little bit before I do the next bit. Okay, well, we've got the first carriage is together. The bodywork's together anyway, and I was about to put it together, and I suddenly realised I hadn't done the glazing on the front. So the cab fronts are done. I've got to put the destination blinds in there. I've got to put the frosted glass where the toilet goes. But yeah, that's not gone together too bad, to be honest. It's gone together all right. So before doing anything else, I've got to do the interior, put the seats in and stuff, and then work how to put the roof on. I'm not too sure about gluing the roof on, to be honest. But yeah, it's all gone together quite well. I might have to touch the paintwork up a little bit. There's a couple of bits where the paintwork's gone a bit iffy, so I'll have to just touch that over a little bit. But on the whole, so far, so good. Yeah, it seems to be all right. On the driving one, I'm gonna tidy up this end of the chassis because the wires are snagging on it a bit, and of course when you get the seating in there, it's gonna be snagging on it. So I'm gonna cut them holes square, so the wires go in. But that's it so far. I'm going to do probably work out, do the bits on the windows that I've got to do, and then work out, sort the seating out and stuff. And then the last job will be put the roof on. Well, the trailer coach, the bodywork's all put together, and all that lot. I've done the toilet windows now on it. I'm just making the can't see, can't get the camera down low enough. I'm just making the blinds now for the centre window. I've just painted them up, just got to wait for them to dry. I've been modifying the motor coach, and what I've started doing the painting the seating as well. The bit that's all white, that's the toilet, but I've just started painting that up just so it looks alright. So and I've had to use the other end so I could get the measurements for the blinds, because I've obviously put the other end on. But yeah, I'm happy with it, happy with the progress so far anyway. And I've also found some transfers so I can do the BROs on the cab ends as well. I just need to get the numbers. Right, well, Saturday evening, and the trailer coach, I've got the blinds in there. I'm just leaving them white at each end. I've got some touching up to do on the paint anyway, but I'm going to do that when it's all put together. So there's some touching up to them. We've got passengers in there as well. Now these are some cheapy plastic ones I got, and I'm going to get new ones. But I thought, well, I'll use these and just stick them in there as passengers. So we've got the driver in there, and we've even done it so we got somebody looking out the window as well. So that's that one. That's the trailer coach. I've also done the motor coach as well, stuck them in. And we've also got a driver for the cab at the other end. So next job is getting the roof on this thing, which I'm absolutely dreading. I think it's going to be a right pain to get the roof on. So yeah, that's what I've got to do anyway, the roof. Then I'll go around and just tidy up any of the paintwork. I've got a little bit of paintwork there to tidy up, so that'll be done. And then I'm going to do a bit more testing with the motor coach, make sure the pickups and everything, it runs okay. And then I'll start getting the bodywork on that, but I'm hoping to get this one finished tonight anyway. Right, so we have, well, the roof's on. That was an absolute pig to do. There's a few gaps I'm going to have to fill because the roof wants slotting in how it should be, put it that way. So I've got to sort of give that a go over. Paint needs touching up again here because obviously I've glued it. It's caught the paint a little bit as well, but yeah, it's all done. It's all on. And this side as well, if I don't let the thing roll off my bench. I'll put the roof ventilators on. I've gone by the thing it says on the kit anyway, so I'm hoping that they're right. But they were a pig because they're so small, you can't pick them up with your, I've had to use I've used little pliers got on me Swiss Army knife, just drop them onto the roof, put the glue and slide them on. So that's what I've done. So they're drying now, so that's going to be painted tomorrow. I've got to touch up the paintwork, of course, where it's all gone. Give the windows a bit of a clean over as well. But on the whole, it's not too bad. But yeah, the roof was a pain. I think when I do the other one, I think I'm gonna make it so the body sides are just slightly wide at the top. I think, and then I can just pull them in, and the roof will probably drop in a bit better. But as I say, first time I've made one of these kits, and it's an old kit as well. So I mean, I don't know if bits of the plastic have warped and things like that. It might have done over time. I don't know. I'll tell you what, we'll stick it on the track up here, and you can see what it looks like up on the track. That's one of the dogs flapping her ears. so there you go. There it is on the track. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. It's turned out okay, and it's a lot cheaper than what a Bachmann one would be as well. I'd have to sell a kidney to get a Bachmann one, but it's been quite a good build so far. It's not been too. When I looked at the box, when I got it and opened, I thought, oh my goodness. It was a bit daunting, but when I got stuck into it, as I say, I've got to do a little bit of filling, touch the paint up. These cab windows, that they don't have any bars in them. So what I did was when I put the glazing in, I put a little bit of masking tape, just lift a little gap, and just put a little bit of black paint just to make it look there. Of course, we got the driver in there. You can see him. You can see him from the front. I think so. Yeah, you can see the driver in there. Of course, we've got the passengers in there as well, things. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with it, how it's turning out so far. Well, trader car's finished. Just touching in the paint now. I found some Letraset to do the numbers on the front, so that won't be too bad. But yeah, I've just painted the roof. That's still drying in, but yeah, quite happy with that. So I've done the final bits and bobs with the motor unit, so that's going to be, I'll start putting that together today. Hopefully I'll have that put together by tonight. Maybe have a fully running thumper unit later. Well, just started putting the motor coach together, putting the sides on. First side's on, just got to wait for the glue to set properly, because it's awkward, because you've got to start one end and just gradually glue it along to make sure it all fits in, because it's an old kit, some things are a little bit sort of warped on it and things like that. So you've got to literally glue a bit, hold it, wait till it dries a bit, move it on, bit more. So it's kind of, yeah, but it's going together anyway. So I'm just leaving all this bit to dry. I've weighted it down to make sure it fits properly onto the chassis as well. Right, so I've got two sides glued on now, so they're on. What I've done it so they stick out slightly outwards towards the top. That way I shouldn't have any problems with the roof like I had on the other car. It was a bit of a pain to get on, so I should be able to just slot the roof in, just push them in, and then put the glue in there. But yeah, it's all done. I've got an extra piece of wire to go in there. So when I'll lift the bogie out, I've also put an extra weight above there. So it's got a nice bit of weight now above the motor. It's improved the traction, no end. So that's that. That's the motor car sides on. I'm debating whether to put the cab end on first or put the back end on first. I might do the cab next, I think. Right, well, the bodywork is all put together. I found some Letraset for the number. They're slightly too big, but that's all I could find. Seating's all in. The wire's done, so it's not snagging. I've put an extra piece in there, so when I take the motor out, there's plenty of room. Look through that. It's not going to look too bad once the roof's on. You probably won't see any of that anyway. So I've put an extra weight above the motor. I've just given it a test run before I put the roof on, make sure nothing snags, and it's perfect. It runs absolutely beautiful. So yeah, all the seating's in there. As you see on that one, you won't see the seat colours that much. I've got all the people in there and stuff. I've got the driver in the cab. He's in there, look, already. So now, fitting the roof. well, it's now complete. And basically, if the Million Valley Railway had stayed open, it hadn't closed in 1955, and it's still open, these would have been running between Alton and Fareham and back. So I thought I'd give it its first run on Droxford. Here it comes. Our Class 205 thumper unit complete. And that basically, had the Million Valley Railway stayed open, it would have run on this particular line. These would have run on it. One of models 1125. That's the one that's preserved on the Mid Ants Railway, which in fact the Million Valley Railway come off a junction at the Mid Ants Railway at Alton. So I thought I'd do it. So yeah, that's it. That's my 208 thumper unit complete. It can't go any further than the bridge, but I'm going to run it as though it's carrying on towards Fareham. So thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this little video on the construction of the old DC kits, Class 205 thumper unit. It's not been a bad kit, actually. I was a bit daunted when I got it, with all the bits and all that. Like, once I got stuck into it, it wasn't that bad. There's a few bits and bobs missing, but I've managed to sort of sort those out with other bits. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.